Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God, guys. This is so delicious. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Capel Outdoor video. And today here in Georgia, it's a little bit cold, a little bit windy, so I figured it'd be a great day to cook some jambalaya. Now, I've never cooked jambalaya before, so if I have any Cajun subscribers, please don't roast me too bad. You know, maybe give me some tips and some pointers, maybe to better my recipe, or it's not my recipe. I found it on the internet, and as always, I'll put a link down in the description below if you want to follow along, you know, cook it yourself, or if you want to give it a twist, you know, let me know how it is and what you did to it. But anyway, let's get started. All right, guys, so firstly, what we got to do is we got to cut up this chicken and cut up this andouille sausage, so that way we can go ahead and get it browned up. Some Cajun style smoked andouille sausage. So here I got my Dutch oven, and we're just gonna go ahead and get this thing fired up. And I got a little bit of olive oil here. It's been sitting in my truck for a little bit, so it's kind of gelled up a little bit, but it should work. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get this andouille cut up here. And we got 2 chicken breastises right here. Gonna go ahead and get this trimmed up. And we're just gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces. Tell you what, I do like this little knife right here. I've been carrying this every day. It's my new everyday carry knife. Some of y'all recommended to me that I carry a fixed blade knife, and I told y'all that I would. And I've had this knife for a while, but I never really know what happened to it. But I ended up digging through my stuff the other day and I found it. Go ahead and give this a quick stir. So we got the chicken and andouille cut up. Tell you what, just this right here, it smells really good. All right, so while the meat is cooking in here, we're gonna go ahead and prep our veggies. We got 2 celery stalks, some minced garlic. We got the trifecta of bell pepper, and we got 1 white onion. Oh, and 1 jalapeno. Gonna use one of my camping plates to put these veggies on. And the good thing about cooking outdoors is you just literally toss the veggie scraps on the floor. All right, now with the jalapeno, we're gonna cut the top off, and then we're gonna score it down the middle, and then we're gonna take the seeds out. Now, if a little bit of the seeds make it in there, that's okay. Just gives it a little bit more heat, which I'm perfectly okay with. And if you're dealing with a jalapeno, just make sure you wash your hands thoroughly, especially if you want to touch your face. So I got my other camp plate. Just gonna scoop this all off. We're not going to get this cleaned up, however, all that's flavor and seasoning right there. So we're going to add a little bit more oil to it, and then in the veggies it goes. Just look at that color. I love when a dish has different veggies in it. It's different colors. You got green from the celery. You got reds, orange, and yellows from the bell pepper. You got white from the onion. And in there, you got a little dark green from the jalapeno. Then now we got to add a little bit of garlic to it. Now, just going to give it all a mix. See all that charred stuff on the bottom? You want to make sure you get all that up. Alright, so our veggies are getting about there. Onions are starting to look a little translucent, which is good. God, that's just a beautiful color. Alright, so now we're going to add 3 or 4 cups of chicken stock. And this is 32 ounces, so this is roughly about what we need. And then we got 14 ounces, well, I know this is a 15-ounce can, but it calls for a 14-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, but this 15-ounce can will do just fine. And then we have about 1.5 cup of rice. It says long grain rice, but I'm Asian, so I guess we'll just use the short grain. We'll just use what we got. Gonna go ahead and give that a quick stir in. Alright, so we got some Louisiana Cajun seasoning. This stuff is really good. We used a lot of this stuff when Abby and I did our the shrimp po' boys. So we're gonna add a good bit in here. Alright, and now we got a little bit of thyme. We don't have a lot of thyme, just a little bit. And we got some cayenne pepper here. And as well as 1 bay leaf. Now, Abby pointed out to me that if you're going to use a bay leaf, that you kind of need to keep track of it, of where it's at. That's not something you want to eat for those people that either never used bay leaves before or just aren't cooks. Alright, so once you got all your chicken stock in there, your tomatoes, all your seasoning, what you want to do is we want to cover it and let it simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes. So you see we're getting there. The most of the water's evaporated. Just have to keep occasionally stirring it every now and then so it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. But I did taste test it earlier, and I think what we will do is just add a little bit more Cajun seasoning. Gonna give it a little taste test here without burning my mouth. Ooh, yeah. All right, so we're gonna add the shrimp now. This is large shrimp, peeled, deveined, D-leg, D-head shrimp. This is roughly about a pound of it. And also, we're gonna add some okra. We're gonna add, it says about 1 cup, so we're gonna add a little bit of okra here. That should be good. Alright, I think we're gonna put the lid on it, and then we're gonna let it do its thing for a little bit. Let that shrimp get cooked up, and as well as the okra. Yeah, you see that shrimp is getting Slightly pink, still got a little ways to go. Oh yeah, that looks about right. But we're gonna get our chicken and andouille sausage here. Gonna go in the pot. Well, most of y'all are probably wondering where Abby is. She usually makes an appearance on the Tailgate Cooking episodes, but she's house sitting for, I believe, a friend's family. So I guess I get this whole pot of jambalaya to myself. No, I'm just kidding. This is a lot of food. And then we're gonna add some black pepper here. I probably will add some salt, but I want to just taste it first because the andouille sausage is pretty salty by itself. So maybe it might need some. Just gonna do a little taste test here. See if it needs some salt. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely needs some salt. I think we're safe to say we can cut the heat off on this bad boy. All right, well, let's give it an old try here. Now, I've never cooked jambalaya before, as I said earlier, so I want to say this is the consistency that it needs to be. Here in Georgia, we really don't get a lot of Cajun cooking, so we'll give it a shot. Let's go ahead and try this bad boy out. So we're gonna try to get a little bit of everything here. Some chicken, sausage. We'll just start with this for right now. It's a pretty big bite. Oh my God, guys. This is so delicious. Get some of that shrimp. I guess because the texture is or the consistency is so thick. Like towards the end, you cook it on a very low heat. So that way, when it's literally, I just scooped some out, and I was able to eat it. I didn't have to let it cool down or anything. But the bell peppers. Still, they're a little soft, but they're still got a little bit of crunch to it, which I like. Same thing with the okra. The shrimp is cooked through and through. Honestly, guys, I rate that recipe like a 9 out of 10. It's so good. So good. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one just as much as I enjoyed making it. And I will say, I really enjoyed making this dish. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description below. I also want to say that we are slowly approaching 1,000 subscribers. I never thought that I would meet that goal so quickly. I thought I was going to take a little bit more time. My ultimate goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of spring. But I think we may end up hitting 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Maybe. I want to say I'm at 930 right now, so I got about I think about 60 or 70 or so to go. Well, guys, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, and I'll see you all on the next one.